Hey everybody, welcome back. Just want to do a quick review on this knife right here. I'm always on the lookout for knives, specifically budget friendly or just cheap knives that actually have value, and they are few and far between. You get what you pay for 99% of the time when it comes to knives. But with this one, I decided I wanted to pick it up and actually see what kind of value they have. So this is from Ozark Trail. I picked it up at Walmart. This thing was under $6. It was like $5.85 or something like that, which is ridiculously cheap. It is a 3-inch fixed blade knife. It has a nylon sheath, but then it also has this a polypropylene or polyethylene insert in the sheath to help protect the blade, just keep it steadier and everything. The blade itself, 3 inches, stainless steel. It does not specify on the packaging what kind of steel. I doubt it's going to be anything fancy. You're not going to see AUS 10. You're not going to see D2 4116 or anything like that. But little sheath with a belt loop. What I was surprised about is dropping stuff. What I was very surprised about with this knife was when I took it out of the package, it was actually sharp enough to shave with a little bit. The edge of the blade itself does have some imperfections. When I look up close, I can see tiny little chips, tiny little burrs. The only thing I've done to this blade was I took it to a strop, I think 3 or 4 passes on each side, just to try to get rid of any of the very small burrs that were there. It didn't help much. So cutting through with this thin writing paper, it actually does cut, but there are some burrs, as you can see, that it catches right there. So, I mean, it's sharp. If you give it a little speed to it, yeah, that just ripped. Catches that burr. It came out of the box with a decent edge on it. So, it is a true full tang fixed blade knife. The handle is polypro, and the top of it is metal here. You have 6 pins holding the scales on, which is actually kind of nice. And then you look at it from here, and you can see that true full tang going the whole way around. So you've seen it, cut paper. Then I got some black walnut here that's just been laying around. And this is the first time I've cut anything other than paper with this. So yeah, I can feel the burrs that are in there. It does cut. But this is a pretty dense piece of wood too. But what I'm real curious about, since it doesn't specify what type of steel is, how tough is this unspecified steel? So I'm going to throw on a cut glove just in case it breaks while I'm doing what I'm about to do. We'll go outside and I'll really kind of beat this thing up, see what it does. Alright, raining a bit, so we'll do this part kind of fast, but let's see. Wearing a burn work glove here. It's going to help me keep a hold of this thing pretty good and protect my hand should the blade break. I don't think it's going to, but we will see what kind of punishment this thing can actually take. First, I'm just going to try chopping it into this little piece of walnut here. It's chopping in okay for a little tiny knife that I'm having trouble keeping hold of. Lots of traffic out here. This handle is it's really slick. Good thing this glove has helped me hold on to it a little bit. That accidental hit on the cinder block did force a small chip and a little roll there. Ambulance is coming. I didn't even do anything. Anyway, I got a little ball of slate right here. I'm going to see if I can't get it to crack open, or at least break a few pieces off with this. And then we'll take a look at the edge and see what it's maintained. Then I'm going to try to sharpen it. I'm going to see if I can't fix the edge. I'm guessing it's not a very hard steel, so it'll probably be easy to put a new edge back on it. Whew. Alright, I think that should be good. We'll go clean it up. We'll see what kind of damage it took. Alright, so after beating the heck out of this knife on a big ball of slate, you can definitely see some edge damage here where it took a real serious roll. You can see the glint from the light right there where that roll is. A straight up bend in the primary bevel and some smaller chipping along the upper edge of the blade. So now I'm going to take this and run it through a resharpening from 400, 1000, 3000, and 10,000, or 8,000 and 10,000 grit stones, and see how easy it is to redo that. This section of the blade is as dull as could be, which you would expect. All right, so I took the blade in and I spent less than 10 minutes taking it to the sharpening stones. You can see where that big roll is, where it was. There's still a little tiny bit of material missing off the edge there. But again, I did 400, 1000, 3, 8, and then I have a 10,000 grit equivalent agate polishing stone that I used it on, and then I took it to a leather strop. Didn't quite get it shaving sharp, but it is back to paper cutting sharp, except for right there where that roll is. Once it hits, it just tears. For the most part, I mean, it's still pretty sharp. I was still able to get it back to a functional edge, but you can still see that little bit of glint right there on the edge, about halfway down, where that bevel took a bend. But hey, for $6, if you just need a cheap little fixed blade knife, these, I'd say they're actually worth it. It was easy to resharpen. It did not take near as much damage as I was expecting it to take when smacking it off of that slate. So, yeah, I'd say it's worth it. All right, until next time, everybody, stay sharp.